Becoming Unbreakable, Episode 2. How to keep leading when your body slows down. Before life changed in that hospital room, before the diagnosis, before the emergency, something was happening quietly, slowly, and without warning. My body was trying to speak to me long before I understood the language. This episode is about that time. The months between February and August 2018, when life was shifting underneath my feet. But I didn't yet understand the scale of it. And if you're somebody who leads, someone who carries responsibility, someone who's used to being reliable, capable, strong, you may recognise parts of this in your own story. Because sometimes leadership doesn't break in a moment. Sometimes it erodes slowly, breath by breath, day by day, until one morning you realise you're not the person you used to be. Let me take you back. In February 2018, I caught a cold. Just a normal cold. The kind you shake off in a week. Except this one didn't shake off. When the cold passed, something else stayed behind. A tightness in my breath. A heaviness when I walked. A fatigue that didn't make sense. I didn't panic. I walked 5 miles nearly every evening with my dog. I swam 40 lengths most weekends. My body had always been reliable. I trusted it. But week by week, my stamina slipped. Walking became work. Hills became challenges. Breathing became something I had to think about consciously. For some, this is where fear begins. For others, this is where frustration creeps in. Or this is where questions start. Or this is the moment you push harder. I pushed harder. Doctors thought it was a chest infection. I took antibiotics. Nothing changed. Some days I told myself, it's fine, it's just recovery. Other days there was a quiet whisper in my mind saying, something isn't right. But life doesn't pause when your body slows down. Work continues. Responsibilities continue. People rely on you. And you keep going, because that's what you've always done. Until August 2018, when that GP appointment changed everything. And I found myself in an ambulance, blue lights on, heading for hospital. But here's the thing I didn't understand at the time. My body had been trying to warn me for 6 months. I just wasn't listening yet. This is where emotional leadership becomes personal. Because leadership isn't just about what you do for others. It's about how honestly you lead yourself. And here's the truth I learned the hard way. Your mind can lie to you. Your pride can lie to you. But your body never lies to you. My body had been whispering, slow down, pay attention, something is wrong. But my leadership identity, the part of me that was used to being dependable, quick, hard-working, resilient, was louder. It wasn't arrogance. It wasn't denial. It was habit. Leaders are conditioned to push, to keep going, to cope, to carry weight quietly and keep moving. But when your body slows down, everything changes. And in those months, I began learning a new kind of leadership. One that wasn't about pace, or perfection, or performance, but about presence. After the diagnosis in August 2018, I was in hospital for nearly 2 weeks. During that time, I kept asking doctors the same question: when can I go back to work? They couldn't answer. They didn't know. Some weren't sure if I'd ever be capable of working again. My cardiac output had been 10%. My lungs had held 4 litres of fluid. My body had been drowning for months. Hearing those words, "We don't know if you'll ever go back," wasn't just frightening. It was identity shattering. Because work wasn't just a job. Work was stability. Work was purpose. Work was contribution. Work was me showing up for others. And suddenly, that version of me felt like it was slipping between my fingers. For everyone who leads with their heart, or their reliability, you'll understand this deeply. Losing your capacity feels like losing part of yourself. I eventually did go back. Not after years, but after 10 weeks. A phased return, then full-time, then part-time, then 75% for 3 months, then eventually full-time again. It wasn't linear. It wasn't heroic. It wasn't neat. It was slow. It was messy. It required resilience, honesty, and humility. These are the leadership lessons I learned. The ones I wished I'd understood earlier. Listen to the quiet signals. Breathlessness isn't laziness. Fatigue isn't weakness. Slowing down isn't failure. Your body whispers before it screams. Leadership is not speed, it's steadiness. Your team doesn't need a fast leader. They need a present one, a regulated one, a grounded one, a human one. Rest is part of leadership, not the opposite of it. I used to think rest was optional, or a reward, or a luxury. It's none of those. Rest is maintenance. Rest is repair. Rest is strategy. A reflective moment for us. Take a breath with me. Ask yourself gently, where is your body asking for attention? And where are you pretending not to hear it? That question may feel uncomfortable, but it's the kind that saves lives. And it's the kind that turns leaders into emotionally intelligent leaders. When your body slows down, your leadership doesn't disappear. It evolves. It becomes more intentional, more compassionate, more self-aware, more grounded, more real. The old version of me walked fast, worked fast, lived fast. The new version of me lives differently. Not because I'm weaker, but because I'm wiser. Because I've learned the strongest leaders are not the fastest. They're the ones who stay present, even when life slows them down. Your value isn't measured in speed. It's measured in presence. Change is rarely easy, but it's often where the most honest chapters begin. If this episode resonated with you, especially if you're navigating a moment of change, uncertainty, or the feeling that you've outgrown where you are, you're very welcome to follow Becoming Unbreakable for future episodes. And if you know someone who's quietly wrestling with a difficult decision or trying to hold their integrity in a challenging environment, sharing this episode might help them feel less alone.